As we move into this next year, we take reflections and think about the year that's just finishing up, 2016. And we take a look at this year behind us. And sometimes it's good to look back and think about the things that have taken place. And in thinking about the things that have taken place, we can celebrate life and we can learn from our experiences. We can learn from our mistakes, and maybe in that we'll move ahead in life. But sometimes people, they look back in the past and they just get stuck in the past, and they get stuck in the memories of the past, and that's not healthy. You can't stay there. The other night, my wife and I, we watched The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. We quite liked it. It was released in 2012, and I still remember going and seeing it at the theater. And there's a scene in there where the wizard Gandalf is speaking, and he says this. He says, "The Shire is behind you. The world is ahead of you." What's he saying? You can't go back to the warm, comfortable, secure Shire. What you have to do is move ahead, because your destiny is out there in the world, not where you just settle down and be comfortable in the warm Shire of the past. In Genesis chapter 19, there's a Bible story, and it's about Lot and his wife and their two daughters, and they are living in the horrible city, the wicked city of Sodom, and angels appear and come to them and usher them out of the city and tell them to flee and run away to the mountains and don't look back. And they literally get ushered out of the city and rushed off. And as they're fleeing away into the mountains, Lot's wife stops and she takes a look back. And we're left with a question that the Bible doesn't tell us. Why did the Mona Lisa smiling? Why did Lot's wife stop and look back? There's no answer there in the scriptures, but we can think about this and we can ask ourselves, because maybe we can relate. Why did Lot's wife look back? One thought is she was missing her nice home. She was missing her house, and that's understood, you know. You can understand a woman missing her house. But God said, go, and God said, don't look back. A second thought is perhaps she was waiting to see the destruction of the city, and she wanted to see God's vengeance on this wicked city. But God said, don't look back. A third idea might be perhaps she had a secret sin, and she had friends that she would participate in sin with. Well, when God says go, he means to flee. He means to leave the sin behind and to turn away and to flee. But she stopped and she looked back, because she was looking back perhaps at the sin she was having to leave behind. Or was she just looking back because those things back there were familiar to her, and she was wondering how she was going to leave everything that was familiar to her. But God said, don't look back. What can we learn from here? Sometimes God is telling us to move on. He's telling us to move ahead into unexpected journeys of the new year and new things in life. And we should be excited about that. And that takes faith. It takes trust in him. In the next year, will you have faith? Will you trust in him in your unexpected journey?